Hey, what is up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to make a deathcore or death metal style band logo. I use Gimp, not Photoshop, so if you use Photoshop, I'm not really sure how to use Photoshop. It's been quite some time since I've used it. Gimp is free, and to me it's just a lot easier. It doesn't have as much from what I remember, but it's pretty simple to work with. You don't need too much artistic ability here. I do draw them up first. Something like this when I started it out with pencil first, then I went with a pen outline over it. Filled it all in and then uploaded it into Gimp, and I use I'll show you when I get to it, but this is basically the final product that I came out with. I think it looks pretty cool. And yeah, so if this is what you're looking for or something along these lines, then stick around. I've already prepared one for you guys earlier. I drew one up from scratch. This is where I started with pencil. I went with something small because I didn't really feel like spending a lot of time, and I wasn't really feeling creative to come up with a whole new band name. So I just went straight up the word death. This is what it looked like when I drew it pencil first. And the second one was this one. I just added a couple of little spikes around on it. Colored around the edges, traced around the edges, and filled it in. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to open up Gimp 2. And then I'm going to drag my file up. I've already scanned it, emailed it to myself, downloaded it onto my computer. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this and flip it. Then I'm going to go to Filters, Distorts, and iWarp. And I use the default settings that are here, and you can mess up as much as you want and just basically move this stuff around. Some of it distorts a little too much. It becomes fairly blurry, but it is usually a pretty easy fix if you mess up, just to click in and move them around again. I generally try to pull everything towards the middle. I mean, you can already see that just the distortion is already starting to make it look how your, I guess, stereotypical deathcore logos are going to look. So for the sake of this tutorial, I am actually fairly satisfied with this, so I'm just going to go ahead and push OK, and there you go. So I've went ahead and zoomed in a little bit here. The next thing that I'm going to do is try to play around with the transparency. So I'm going to go to Layer, Transparency, Color to Alpha, and I'm going to make the background not show up. So now if I want to incorporate this into an album cover, album art, all I have to do is paste it over and the background will not show up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually try to add some color to this thing here a little bit. And usually when I get a color that I like, because it's still pretty thin, we'll get someone that stands out a lot, like this. And what I meant by thin was it's still kind of transparent, because I drew it with a pen and then just sent it in through here. So I'm actually going to duplicate the layer a couple times. Just see how it darkens it up here. And now that my layers aren't so transparent looking, usually go over to like filters, artistic or something. You can clothify, for example. We'll just add some texture to it so it doesn't look so flat. There, it's not much of a difference, but there's some texture to it there. Alright, the next thing that I'm going to do is try to add some a background here, or some backdrop. Oops, a little bit small. Let's scale that up a little bit. Let's do... Now it is covering it up, so I'm going to pull this. I'll just take a few, I don't need all of them. There we go, just to darken that up. Now, let me, I close my layers there. I'm gonna actually duplicate another one of these, and I'm going to drag it down just a little bit. You can do stuff like this. It actually looks pretty cool within itself. Colorize these. There, now I got the Barney colors going on. I'll make that white. Pull my layers back out again. They keep disappearing. Throw those in the background. And essentially this is what I've come out with. This only took me just a couple of minutes apart from the drawing itself. And again, you don't need to be very artistic. Just draw something up kind of rough. Scan it, send it to yourself, and make sure you have Gimp. And if this helped you at all, please leave a like, rating, and subscribe. And I also do a lot of vocal covers and original vocal content and a lot more vocal tutorials and other tutorials coming soon. Thank you very much. Peace out.